2100 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says Turkish President's upcoming visit to Pakistan will help promote multifaceted bilateral relations between the two countries. The Economic Coordination Committee has decided to impose immediate ban on export of sugar to keep the prices under control. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Pakistan Muslim League Quaid-e-Azam amicably resolved issues at the talks in Lahore today. The Indian Shahzad Affair was summoned to the Foreign Office today and strong protest was lodged at the recent ceasefire violations by India along the line of control. In occupied Kashmir, a complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow to mark the martyrdom anniversary of prominent Kashmiri liberation leader Muhammad Maqbool Bhatt. The African Union and the Arab League have voiced their rejection to the American Middle East peace plan. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's upcoming visit to Pakistan will help promote multifaceted bilateral relations between the two countries. He was addressing a high-level meeting in Islamabad this afternoon to review arrangements for the visit. Imran Khan said Pakistan and Turkey enjoy historic brotherly relations and both the countries supported each other in every hour of need. He appreciated the Turkish leadership for extending firm support to Pakistan's principled stance on the Kashmir dispute. Earlier, chairing another meeting in Islamabad, Prime Minister Imran Khan said the government will go to any extent to provide relief to the masses, especially the poor and the salaried class. The meeting also discussed measures to provide relief to the poor and the salaried class and to ensure provision of essential commodities to the people at reduced rates. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashikawan, says the government will introduce a comprehensive inflation control mechanism to facilitate the people during Cabinet's meeting tomorrow. Addressing a ceremony in Islamabad this evening, she said the government is paying special attention to real estate sector and a board will be established to resolve issues being faced by industries linked with it. Dr. Firdaus Ashikawan said the government's vision of providing shelter to the homeless people cannot be materialized without cooperation of the real estate sector. The Economic Coordination Committee has decided to impose immediate ban on export of sugar to keep the prices under control. The meeting was held in Islamabad today with the advisor to the Prime Minister on Finance, Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, in the chair. The meeting observed that there is sufficient and adequate stock of sugar in the country. The Defence Minister Parvez Khattak has said alliance between Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Pakistan Muslim League Quaid-e-Azam will continue as issues have been resolved amicably. Talking to the media after meeting the PMLQ leadership in Lahore today, the Defence Minister said all decisions will be taken after mutual consultations. Speaker Punjab Assembly and the leader of PMLQ, Chaudhry Parvez Elahi, on the occasion, said his party has full confidence in the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan and issues with the government have been resolved. He said we will make all-out efforts to keep the alliance intact till the next elections. This is Radio Pakistan. The National Assembly was informed today that the Pakistan Post will become the largest banking network of the country by December this year. Replying to a query during question hour in the lower house of Parliament today, the Minister for Communications Murad Saeed said network of Pakistan Post has been linked to 15,000 kiosks of Nadra for biometric verification and it will be helpful in disbursing remittances, SARS program payments and other essential services. The Parliamentary Secretary Andalib Abbas, in response to a question, said the Organization of Islamic Cooperation has been extremely active and vocal in its support to Pakistan regarding the Jammu and Kashmir cause. She said the Kashmir issue was effectively highlighted and all members of the organizations stand with Pakistan's stance in the wake of the illegal and unilateral action of 5th August last year by India. And Talib Abbas said in the humanitarian domain, Pakistan has been drawing attention to the gross human rights violations being perpetrated by the Indian occupation forces in occupied Kashmir. The House has been adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 4 p.m. The Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Azam Khan Sawati, has said the government will take all measures to end the menace of polio from the country. Commenting on a motion regarding the World Health Organization report in the Senate on rise of polio cases in Pakistan, moved by Senator Sassi Palijo, the minister said it is unfortunate that Pakistan is among the few remaining countries that could not have controlled the polio virus. The House today passed two bills. These include the Islamabad Real Estate Regulation and Development Bill 2018 and the National Counter-Terrorism Authority Amendment Bill 2019. The Senate will now meet again tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the Indian government's unilateral steps taken on 5th of August last year were in clear violation of the United Nations resolutions on the Kashmir dispute. He was speaking at a ceremony of the Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Karachi today. The Foreign Minister said illegal Indian steps in occupied Kashmir have damaged the economic conditions in the territory and it has caused loss of $2 billion to the economy in the valley. 400,000 people have been deprived of employment. Meanwhile, addressing a ceremony at the Institute of Business Administration in Karachi today, the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi made it clear that Pakistan is partner in peace and not part of any regional and international conflict. He said Pakistan has always played a positive role in the Afghan peace process. Pakistan's role in regional peace has been acknowledged and appreciated at the international level. The foreign minister said economic stability in the country could only be achieved by controlling trade deficit with increase in exports and reducing dependency on imports. The Indian Shahzad Gaurav Ahluwalia was summoned to the Foreign Office in Islamabad today and a strong protest was lodged at the recent ceasefire violations by India in Jabbar, Sandhara, Sumbul Gali and Dapsi villages of Kotli district along the line of control. Condemning the targeting of innocent civilians by the Indian forces, the Director General South Asia and SAARC Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry underscored that such senseless Indian acts are clear violation of the 2003 ceasefire understanding and complete disregard for international human rights and international norms. The Indian troops resorted to unprovoked firing of mortars and heavy weapons in Jandrod and Nikyal sector along the line of control during the last 24 hours. According to Inter-Services Public Relations, deliberate targeting of civilian population in Jabbar, Sandhara, Sumbul Gali and Dapsi villages of Kotli district left 10 innocent civilians, including 2 children and 2 women seriously injured. The Pakistan Army troops responded effectively to the Indian unprovoked ceasefire violations. In occupied Kashmir, a complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow to mark the 36th martyrdom anniversary of prominent Kashmiri liberation leader Muhammad Maqbool Bhatt. The call for the strike has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference Chairman Sayyid Ali Gilani, meanwhile Umar Farooq led Hurriyat Forum, the Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front and other pro-freedom leaders and organizations. The African Union and the Arab League have voiced their rejection of the newly unveiled American peace plan that has sparked growing tensions between Palestine and Israel. Speaking at the opening of the African Union summit held in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, the chairperson African Union Commission, Musa Faki Mahamat, said the American plan is devised without consulting the Palestinians and violates the existing African Union and United Nations resolutions on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather is likely in North Balochistan, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.